Slide.
This is Ecclesiasticus 24 and 26. He maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates.
Right, so the river Euphrates was spoken of all the way back in the time of Adam, right? And it's still here to this very day, still the same name, Euphrates. So he maketh your understanding to abound. So if you're the elect, that understanding will never go away. In the book of Proverbs it says, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Meaning that he will take it away from you because you are unprofitable. But if you remain a faithful servant, you're going to abound as the river Euphrates. What does that body of water or that body of land hold? Water. Go ahead.
And as the Jordan.
And as the Jordan River. Go ahead.
In the time of harvest.
In the time of harvest, when it brings forth its fruits. Because all those rivers of water, those large bodies of water, that's what makes that place the Garden of Eden at that time. Which Eden means paradise, joy, pleasure, because it bears every manner of fruit, man, there. It was lush. A lot of the things that America don't have, they had to get them imported from over there, man. You know, olive oil, you know, you got your frankincense, all your precious oils, your resin that us brothers we get, you know, for our you know, purification or to meditation. We had to get from people that get it from over there, man. It's imported over here. You can't find it over here. You may find some certain what's the word? Like different types of frankincense here in Mexico, South America, but it's nothing like what they were using over there in the time of Yahweh Shai, the prophets in the time of Moses. That place is also known as the Fertile Crescent, man. It's full of life.
It says, verse 27, he maketh the doctrine of knowledge.
He maketh the doctrine of knowledge
appear as the light.
To appear as light. Go ahead.
And as Gion.
And as Gion, the other body of water.
In the time of vintage.
And in the time of vintage. Keep going.
The first man knew her not perfectly.
Right. Who was the first man? Adam.
No more shall the last find her out.
Go ahead.
For her thoughts are more than the sea.
For her thoughts are more than the sea. That's another body of water. Go ahead.
And her counsels profounder than the great deep.
Than the great deep. What is the great deep? The ocean. That's a large body of water. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is likened unto water, man. And it goes deep. Go ahead.
Hey, when I first came into the truth, you know, the first people that asked me questions about what I was doing, why I don't eat pork and why I don't do certain things that they like, it was because of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, and I started breaking down some scriptures to them, and they said, hey, you're going too deep into that, you know? Yeah, you have to be afraid of going too deep, which in a sense, I mean, I can understand where they're coming from. If you're not part of the elect, going too deep is going to be worse for you, you know? But really, that's what you're supposed to do, man.
Yeah,
the scripture's saying.
You're supposed to dig in. It says to break up thy fallow grounds. So you break up, you're toiling the earth. You don't just break the surface. You go deep. You're looking for gold. You're looking for silver. You're looking for a cope of the rubies, the emerald. It ain't gonna just be right there. You gotta go deep. You know?
Hey, what does the water do whenever it? What does the water do whenever it rains, man? It even breaks down the concrete. Yeah. You know? Water goes deep.
Yeah, water goes deep. This is I got a scripture. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 32. For Yahweh hath concluded them all in unbelief, that he might have mercy upon all. Oh, the depth of the riches. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God. See, so the deeper you go, the more richer it is. It's like when you go into the earth. The deeper you go, the richer the soil is.
Right.
It's simple. But like the brother's saying, when people say you go too deep, it's because they're afraid to go that deep. They're afraid of drowning. They're afraid of death. They're afraid of finding what it really is. They don't want to change. They love the way their life is.
Right.
You know, that's what it is at the end of the day. It is like when Neo, when Morpheus was sought out Neo, he offered him that red and blue pill. And he said, all I can offer you is the truth. But basically he was saying, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember him saying it, but he was going to show him the depths of it.
He said, and you'll see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Like from the Alice in Wonderland, you're going to see how deep the rabbit hole really goes, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes, it's deep. And it says again here, in Romans 11:33, oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. Who hath known the mind of the Lord, or who hath been his counselor, or who hath first given him, and it shall be recompensed unto him again. For of him and through him and to him all are all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua holds the depth of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He can show it unto us, man. And he is showing unto us. He has shown it unto us. And there's still many mysteries and things of this nature that we're still waiting to be revealed.
Sirach 24 and verse 30. I also came out as a brook.
I also came out as a brook. What is a brook? It's another body of water. Not as big, but it's still a body of water. Go ahead.
It says, I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into a garden. And a conduit is a channel. Just like when you have piping, that's what you'll call a conduit, and the water goes through it as a channel. Okay? And that's what each brother is as a channel. When it says I came out as a brook, what came out? Wisdom. Each brother came out of the body of water. When you speak as far as the metaphor of the body of people is likened unto the sea. And what do? We're bringing out fresh water. The everlasting water, not that bitter, salty water. We're giving you the proper water that you need to drink. The words of prophecy. Verse 31, I said, I will water my best garden.
I will water my best garden. Again, going into a hand-picked single thing. You know what I'm saying? Which is a garden. You got a lily, or what is the Most High? He has chosen a lamb. He chose the olive tree, right? What else has he choose? He's chosen that he's that's the lion, you know. So all these different things that I'm mentioning is basically he's saying I'm choosing each favorite thing out of each group of whether it be animals, fruits, vegetables, people, that's mountains, you know what I'm saying? That's what he's handpicking each one thing. Like I said, I have watered my garden. My garden. Who is his garden? The Israelites, man. Go ahead.
I said, I will water my best garden, and I will water abundantly my garden bed.
Yeah, which is who? Israel. Go ahead.
It says, and lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and I will send forth her light afar off.
Read that one again. I will make doctrine.
Verse 32, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning.
Yep.
And I will send forth her light afar off.
Right, and that's what we're doing. We're sending the light afar off by way of the internet. light, water. We're giving you a refreshment. Go ahead.
Verse 33, I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy.
I will yet pour out. When you pour something, what comes out? Fluid. Something's being poured out. I mean, it could be dirt and shit like that, but we're talking about water. It's been talking about water this whole time. So I'm going to pour out what?
I will pour out doctrine as prophecy.
As prophecy. That's plain. Go ahead.
And leave it to all ages forever.
And we're leaving it to all ages forever. To the next seed. What is the seed? Where does the seed go? Into the dirt? A garden? Yahweh, we water. Yahweh Shai gives the increase. It's plain. But it's likened unto prophecy. I'll go from there. Is that thing, that should be it. Or is it one more verse?
One more verse. Verse 34, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom.
For all those that are thirsty. All those that are thirsty, that they want to be delivered from the coming destruction. Maybe you don't know the Bible, but maybe you have visions, dreams, that a destruction's coming. Martial law's coming. The ICBM missiles are being dropped, and you're seeing everybody destroyed. That's enough to draw you over here. You know what I'm saying? Because all the stuff that I'm making mention, we all gone through that. We've all had visions. We still have visions. You know? Some brothers, I mean, a lot of us, we heard the word, so we just believed. Go to Revelations 19 and Revelation 19 and 10.
This is Revelations chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. He said, out of my belly shall flow rivers of living water, man. Okay? So that's who we're raising up. That's who we're pouring this water onto as doctrine. And raising up the valley of dry bones who are Israelites and bringing them back to the true nationality. Waking them up. Resurrecting them. This is spiritual power that's in the working, man.
That's right.
It don't have to happen right here in front of us for us to believe it. We have faith and we know it. We're seeing it everywhere, man. Brothers are waking up everywhere. People are calling on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're believing. It's like in the movie Matrix. Whenever Neo, what did he do? When he grabbed the helicopter, so it was something. And Morpheus goes, he's starting to believe.
Yeah, it's happening.
He embraced it, and that's what's happening. People are embracing it now. They're not rejecting it like it was going back 10 years ago or when when the elders were out, 15, 20 years ago. More people are coming in. More people are hearing and listening. They're embracing it. This is that time. It's a time that they're embracing it. Get that one in Ecclesiastes 3, where it says a season for everything.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 19.
Yes, sir.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. Oh, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Yep. So there's a time to everything. There is a season, a time, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Right. So there was a time where the majority of people were like, "What the hell are they talking about? What are they preaching?" Even though you still have it, but you got people also on that same token that are embracing it.
Before I came into the truth, I would hear little things about destruction, like it speaks in Proverbs, the dark sayings. Those dark sayings I would hear, and I would turn away because I was afraid. Like, yo, what if I change up the doctrine of the Most High? And I didn't want to do that. I was scared, And not until before I came into the truth, like right before I started changing up, my way of thinking. And I was like, you know what? I want to start getting into that death, into that destruction, into that type of way, judgment that people being born with, what's that? Those infirmities where they'll be missing limbs or stuff like that. And I listened to this woman that was talking about people that are being casted into judgment. She's like, the reason why this person's going through this is judgment from the Most High and this and that. And I was starting to get into that, like, yeah, man, that's what it is, But there was a season to me becoming what the Most High is making me be now. I wasn't. It's not because we were always righteous that we came into this truth. It took a little bit of seasoning, like chicken.
It was a process. You weren't born knowing you're an Israelite and you had this knowledge. We all were had the Gentile state of mind, man. Our understanding was darkened. But the same way I was speaking, that light, where the Lord was speaking, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Spirit, and those brothers conveying the message, that light, that water is what's resurrecting. Just like when I was brought up, I was brought up by way of the internet with the brothers in Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? So there was a season where I was a stupid, ignorant individual versus the time when I was woken up by way of fear, and hearing the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Right, because the earth is still going. Even though we're coming to an end of the end of a kingdom, people are still going to be born. Babies are still going to be born. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be put to death still. It's just going to be not like it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff is going on simultaneously. It's never ending. Go ahead.
It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance.
Yep.
And I just wanted to point out real quick, it's naming all the like the things that people will look at as bad first and then the happy things after. And we spoke about it last time, how especially Jake, they want to laugh now and cry later. When actually it's the opposite.
The opposite. You know what I'm saying? Look at Job. Job was basically cursing the day he was born, man. And whenever he lost everything, he was given, 100-fold basically. You know what I'm saying? And that was a time for rejoicing. He proved himself worthy, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua increased him, man. But everybody wants it now. They want to fill their belly down, like Esau. But not realizing later on, it's going to be unbearable. You're going to be like, damn, I wish I would have never made that stupid ass decision. And that's in less words. But imagine what you're going to be going through in that time, man. Scriptures say you're going to be cursing God because of how much you're going to be tormented. The pain and agony you're going to be going through. It says you're going to be cursing the Lord.
It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together.
And that's what we're doing, gathering the house, building the house of David, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we're casting down stone, we're casting down Esau. We're casting down his infrastructure spiritually. Go ahead.
It says a time to embrace.
Go ahead.
A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
See, so there was a time for a lot of that was going on, a lot of refraining from embracing this wisdom without understanding that was being published by way of our apostles, man, Great Millstone. But now you're seeing a lot more people, they're embracing it. They're becoming more acquainted to it. It's not foreign to them no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's beautiful because we know that the time of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the prophecy, It's being fulfilled.
Man, there's so much noise. It says, verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose.
Right, a time to get and a time to lose, man. Esau's losing on this side because he's knowing his time is short. The devil knows that he has but a short time. You know? Read that part one more time.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose.
Right, and we're getting what? What are we getting? We're getting spiritual things. We're getting more acquainted with our Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai, and with each other, brothers, man. People that could have easily been our own enemy. I got a lot of enemies. You know what I'm saying? I don't mingle well with a lot too many people. Why? Because I see all the little bullshit. I don't get down with little, bitchness like that, man. You know what I'm saying? The only way I'll become real cool with you is because we're fighting for the same cause. We're standing up for truth. That's all I ever wanted was truth. All my whole life, that's all I wanted. And when I saw the brothers, I was happy, man. I was. Man, if my daughter could speak when she was little, I used to dance in front of her, like King David was dancing, man. I was, in my way of dancing, knowing that I was an Israelite. I was getting the knowledge, and I was reading. Everything was just coming to me. That's what we're getting, and we're gonna get next. Like what fucking Zabak says, we got next. We're getting next. We're getting the kingdom. We're getting all the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua promised unto Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Lord willing, I'm part of that elect. But if not, in the kingdom, I'll be back.
It says, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away.
Right, so we're losing right now, In the eyes of the people, we're losing. But in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're winning. In the eyes of brothers, we're winning.
It says, a time to rent and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak.
Right, so that time of being silent is up. Yahweh Shem Yahushua said that himself. He's no longer going to refrain himself, but now he's basically going to be speaking out now. By way of who? The prophets, man. That's how he's speaking. I forget what chapter or what verse and chapter and verse that one is, but that's what he's saying. He's done with refraining himself. Go ahead.
It says a time to love and a time to hate.
And that's the word time. We're in a time of both of those things going on. Us brothers, as being in this truth. We both love and hate. We hate what? What do we hate? We hate the evil. We hate seeing the oppression, the perverse judgment that is in the earth. The corruption. What do we love? We love Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. How do we love him? By following the law, statutes, and commandments. Obeying his voice. Loving the brotherhood, the brothers, man. Knowing in your mind that you're going to stand for your brother. Why? Because your brother is supposed to be like basically Yahweh Shai. If you see your brother, you're basically looking at Yahweh Shai. So, people are saying, man, if the Lord was here, man, I would be with the Lord. I'll fight for the Lord. You fucking wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You barely even want to fight for your friends. And when you do, it's because you're drunk. It's because you're drunk. That's it. Or because there's a girl there and you want to impress her. So we're in the time of love and hate, man. People hate us because we stand for truth. Because what we speak about the downfall of America. But not even realizing on that same token that we love them because we're showing them open rebuke. Open rebuke is better than secret love, man. Don't even know that. They think that we completely hate them, like in the sense of, like it is to that degree. But it's not to the degree that we want to see them completely wiped away.
right.
Because it's going to take Yahweh Shem Yahushua to put you goddamn heathens in check. And it's going to take more ass whoopings in the kingdom to put you in check. To keep you in check. The law, statutes, commandments are going to be in effect.
That's right. Hey, whatever the Most High hates, that's what we hate.
Yep.
You know, scriptures say, abhor that which is evil.
Yep.
So it's not an unrighteous thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai to dislike, you know, Esau, Edom, to dislike the wickedness that's going on in this world, man.
Nope.
You know? And for a long time, you know, Christianity has been along for a long time, man. You know, that was that time of love that everybody wanted to be a part of. But that didn't work out, man. That's not a perfect balance to, you know, an unjust balance to the Most High's abomination. You know, now's the time for hate. But like the brother's saying, we also have peace with that. You know, bringing that balance in.
Let me get this one real quick. This is Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. And that's what Israel loves doing. You know, seeking love from the heathens. You know, this is not the time of embracing as far as the world, man. As far as your own belly. It's a time to embrace this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, what we're speaking about. This doctrine, this prophecy. These words of comfort. Not the world. The world's going to get you killed, man. Why trimmest thy way to seek love? Why are you trying to seek love outside of your heavenly Father, man? And you teaching the wicked ones your ways. You know? And now you wonder why brothers are pissed off that other nations or Esau's taking our you know, ideas and customs and traditions and things of that nature and call them his. It's our fault because we rebelled against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You're not supposed to be chilling with no thief. Like I made a video called biters. You can't be chilling with no damn biter. If you know a biter, you're supposed to call them out and expose them. And that's what we're doing to Esau. He's being exposed. That skirt's being lifted up on him, man. Being called a biter, a thief. Go ahead.
Let me reread verse 8.
Okay.
It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
A time of war and a time of peace. We're in a time of war, spiritual warfare, and even in the carnal sense, people are getting ready to battle over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of Megiddo, Armageddon, or Armageddon, the mountain of troops. Megiddo, Armageddon is the same thing. The valley of Jehoshaphat is Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Yahweh's judgment, man.
That's right.
That's going on right now. But us brothers, we're warned against the spirits. Okay? There's a time for peace and a time for war. We're not in the time of peace right now. Nobody's in the state of peace. You may have a sense of it because you're delusional, but you're really not living in peace, man. We don't know what peace is. We never experienced it. We never felt it. I mean, as far as like us brothers, the Lord said that He will give us peace, but not as the world gives. How do we receive peace? By comfort. By this word, the promises. Remember what He says. That's the only way. But to actually firsthand experience it in our daily life, minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day, week after week, year after year, you know, that's not into the kingdom. That's how we're speaking this prophecy. That's why we're warning you of the coming atrocities, the calamities. You know, all these things that we're speaking about, martial law, the RFID chip, which is the radio frequency identification chip, because we're preparing you for those things, man. And we're telling you right soon after, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back to redeem His bride. So we're in a time of war.
It says, verse 9, what profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he labored? I have seen the travail which Yahweh Shem Yahushua hath given to the sons of men, to be exercised in it.
Right. So all these things that I mentioned, like I said, all these things are being played out right now as we speak, but pertaining to the truth, that's what's going on. It's being embraced. The stones are being gathered. You know, the war, the peace, the state of mind that brothers are in, as far as when it has to do with the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But on y'all's end, y'all think you have the sense of peace. Y'all think y'all are embracing the right things, but y'all aren't, man. So all these things, like you said, read that part again.
It says Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 9. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it.
To be exercised in it. So all these things are being exercised in it. But are you working? Like it said right there in that first part, it said he worketh in vain. Right? Read it again, that part.
It says, what profit hath he that worketh?
What profit doth he that worketh? So is what you're doing, is it profitable to you? Are you really pleasing the Heavenly Father? Or are you just pleasing yourself? Because all these things that we read are meant to be exercised in it, man. In your time, in our time, all these things that we may mention, you know, in a small matter, but it's to be exercised here. But is it to your profit? Is it profitable unto you? Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, he hath made everything beautiful in his time.
Yep.
Also,
and we're in a beautiful time. How beautiful are they feet that speak the gospel of peace? That's what we're out here doing, man. Y'all people look at it as a negative thing. Because the Lord said that he that walketh through the broad gate, the wide gate that leadeth unto destruction, many thereat go through that door, man, that gate. And you don't think it's a profitable thing to do this laborious work, to stand in the heat of day and the heat of the sun, faced with the elements, looking at people not knowing what they think about us, or mouthing off things, or whatever you may experience on the highways and the byways. He has made everything beautiful in its time, and this is a beautiful time because we're seeing the prophecies being fulfilled, man. The apostles are back, the prophets are back. Yahweh Shai's spirit is working heavily now, right now. The mysteries of the kingdom of heaven have been unraveled by Yahweh Shai and dispersed to certain men to feed other men, to grow up, to bring them up. As a tree next to a river of life, or a tree next to a river. That's what's going on. We're living in beautiful times, man. Go ahead.
It says, also, he hath set the world in their heart.
Right. So the world is in the heart of men, meaning that they're set in their ways, carnally, base men. They're not spiritual.